And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Market Recap, Wednesday, July the 13th. It's full moon tonight, and hopefully you've had a good trading day. Certainly some interesting things going on. My name's John Hoagland. Thanks for trusting me with your time. Well, stocks attempted a recovery and remain in short time frame balance after the inflation numbers show inflation rising faster than expected. We have the E-mini S&P is unofficially closing down 20 points, the NASDAQ down 22 points, and the Dow futures down approximately 215 points on the day. Today, yet another sign of recession as the yield curve between the 2 and the 10-year inverts to the biggest level since the year 2000. A surprise 2.3 million barrel boost in crude stocks does little to affect price for us today. And the Fed's Barkin, who was barking a little while ago, says there is a near-term recession risk. He does not want to, however, front-run policy processes for the FOMC meeting, which, by the way, is 2 weeks from today. It's good to see everybody this afternoon. If you joined us for the strategy class today, hopefully you found it interesting and informative. Was on Market Profile. Of course, you'll be able to catch those on our website shortly. As far as the crude today, well, kind of price remained largely inside yesterday's range after that surprise increase in crude stocks here of 2.3 million barrels. The E-mini and the S&P, E-mini S&P and the NASDAQ made dashing recoveries after that CPI data. Don't forget, we are still in the throes of inflationary numbers coming out tomorrow, as well as we still have the PPI number due out tomorrow, as well as the jobless claims numbers tomorrow morning, as usual on Fridays. Gold, finally we get some buyers, finally found some. I had all just about given up on it, but we did find some buyers down there today. The euro, the U.S. dollar continues to soften a little bit, so the euro closes back above that weekly kickoff low. The 10-year, big range, but still largely in short time frame balance. The natural gas buyers press price up against that weekly kickoff high resistance area. You'll be very interested, as always, to see what the open interest does tomorrow in all of these markets. As always, make sure you hit the lucky like button, share, comment, question, feedback, heckling, and love are always welcome on the recap. And got to say good afternoon to Brody, first in the room. Brody, you win the prize this afternoon. Tachyon, hello, good to see you. Scott saw and he conquered. Vince, good afternoon. Bill Phillips, yeah, what a day, right? I think it was a really good trading day. I was able to maintain composure, stay patient, and found some really decent opportunities. Looks like ZK did too, trading on a paper account with 2 trades, one with no drawdown, with the second with $1,000 drawdown, but looks like you had a pretty good day there for yourself, ZK. Always nice. George, good afternoon to you, and Lacey just went outside. Tachyon, ZK, yep, happy, and I'm changing the way I see the market. Did you stay out after the big overnight session? Andy Bleed, good afternoon to you. Britt, good afternoon. I made my biggest trade today. I've been studying fading and reversals, caught the big move down, had 4 E-mini lots for 65 points each. Only sim, but stuck to my rules. It's so hard to do that, even in sim to just stick to those rules and look at what happened when you did. That is a huge profit for you there, Brett. Tachyon, yeah, was in no position to trade afterwards. Now simply simplify my trading plan. It feels like I need to juggle 10 things at the same time. 11 can do and I can do 3 at most. Information overload. How about that? There is a lot of information coming at us out of the charts, out of the news, out of all of the things that we have to digest, and we have to decide what's most important in the current situation and make very difficult decisions on that. It does take time, Tachyon. So I applaud your systematic approach at finding your optimal levels and stretching those muscles to stay in some of those trades that are worth more a little bit longer. It's always, always, always challenging. DA's hoping everybody had a great day and he didn't take any trades, but was able to stay disciplined and patient. Very good. ZK, no, trading sometimes is the best trading, no doubt about it, huh? Robert Rudder, good afternoon. Keaton Rodriguez, 1,200 on paper account today. Vince, we'll split it with you. There you go. Anne Marie, it's good to see you. Fantastic trading consistency next. Yes. What was I going to say? DA, when you say that sometimes I'm sorry, ZK, so that no trading is sometimes the best trading reminds me of my dear old dad who used to say, I could double my income if I could only trade 3 days a week. And I'd say, well, why don't you only trade 3 days a week? And he'd say, because I don't know what the good days are going to be. Good afternoon, Frederico. So, don't forget, tomorrow we have, just looking at the calendar here, jobless claims, PPI final demand, some pretty important numbers. An EIA natural gas report due tomorrow. We've got some bill announcements, a couple of short time frame bill auctions, and that's going to be about it. But we do have earnings season really kicking into gear tomorrow. We've got J.P. Morgan, Morgan Stanley, some of the bigger banks begin earnings tomorrow. Then Friday, we've got United Health, Wells Fargo, BlackRock, U.S. Bancorp, Citigroup, some of our bigger banking again on Friday. So on top of all those things that we have to look at and that we have to weigh the importance of in our trading. Did I just do that? I did, didn't I? Okay. I think I'm back now. I just clicked out on the tab and ended this. I don't know if I'm back here yet or what. I think I am. Can you guys hear and see me now? Apologize if I ended this and knocked everybody out. Let me know if you've got a second, if you can see this. It says it was still running. Let me take a look. Oh, if you've got a second, Looks like it's still going. Might be on a different stream though. Crazy. Well, I guess I have messed this up. The gremlins got me again. I apologize. I'll see you tomorrow morning if you are watching. Didn't get a chance to get through the charts or anything, but well, I guess I have messed this up. Not seeing anybody saying anything, so it's a lot of people still watching. Maybe you can't do anything. I'm gonna go ahead and go through these charts for us, and if I miss it, if you miss it, I will see you tomorrow morning. Let's take a look. So starting with the daily in crude. So we knew we had the EIA coming out today. The market opens kind of in range and in value. No real overnight inventory to speak of. The market opens, kind of balances. We get the number. We knee jerk both directions, and then we just kind of settle in. I don't think we're going to really see a big change in open interest other than the fact that we're in rollover. And you have to see how things play out for us tomorrow. What a goof. So here's the S&Ps. Did we really change anything today? I think the market actually held up very well with the information that we got today. We're still range bound. We traded down to last week's low. We rejected that. Here's our big move to the downside on that number. Once the market opened, it waffled here just a little bit, but it couldn't take out the overnight low. The A period, the first 30-minute period, put in the low here. B period came in, couldn't take that out. We just kind of brought price back up to settlement. We did end up with a loss on the day, but not terrible. I mean, the market really did a pretty decent job of coming out and pulling itself away from the chasm that could have happened. NASDAQ, very similar, of course. I mean, they're very similar products, and we had some kind of inert open interest and volume yesterday in both of our equity products here. We're still largely in balance. Last week's low, last week's high. Took a look down. I think the Nasdaq actually fared a little better than the E-mini S&P and the Dow contracts. The 30-minute. I mean, it looks almost the same as the S&Ps. We got the big down move. Last week's low. A period, B period, can't get to the bottom of A period. The market really kind of rotates and kind of closes back inside yesterday's range. We're going to have to see what that PPI number comes out, because overall, I mean, we talked about these markets being like a sore toe. If you have a sore toe, you're going to bang it on something, and we certainly banged it on something this morning, but it seems as though that pain has waned a little bit. Here's gold. Finally, we get a test relatively close to weekly kickoff low, that big fat round number of 1,700, and we found some buyers down there, didn't we? Here's the look. We got the push to the downside. We did not get to the weekly kickoff big fat round number. That sometimes is indicative of what doesn't happen is as important as what does. We couldn't get there. We found some buyers and pushed price back to the upside, bringing value, a very large area of value, a nice big move to the upside. You have to again see what the open interest did tomorrow, and again, We're in rollover in gold. Gold has a pretty long rollover because we're moving into the December contract. We had a lot of kind of gyration of open interest and a big change in open interest overnight yesterday. You know, we just remember we added 27,000 in open interest on this little range here, 45,000 of it in December, the contract that we are going to be moving the majority of volume into. I find that to be very interesting. The euro, my brother Rick was talking yesterday about the dollar's about done to the upside. Start buying the euro. He was right yesterday, and testing the low of the week so far on the open, and we found some buyers again. The dollar kind of slipping back to the downside, and the 10-year. Okay, the yield on the 10-year continues to slip lower. By the end of the day, at least, there was a pretty good spike at 720, but that spike has, kind of fallen back into range and into value from yesterday. Big range, tough day to trade. But the end of the day, did we change value that much? No, not really. And the natural gas, we had a loss of 7,500 estimated open interest yesterday. Lots of kind of indecision in the last 3 sessions. Finally, we got at least a chance in the regular trading hour session to see price up against weekly kickoff high that could be and might be resistance. We had looked at it early yesterday before the open. Today, near the end of the day, we had an opportunity to get close to it to limit our risk if we're going to be looking for an execution there. Mostly looking like a short covering P-shaped profile right after a long liquidation B-shaped profile. So it's still, I feel a lot of indecision in this natural gas contract. So being that I messed up the feed today, I'm just going to call this a recap, and I will look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow morning again for the market forecast, 7:45. We've got day 4. We've got Make Hogue Money tomorrow. We've got day 4 of strategies, and we're going to have a recap tomorrow. We've got a couple of people out of the office. There's going to be no podcast tomorrow, so I will be doing the recap again tomorrow. So I always look forward to the opportunity to spend some time with you. Hopefully you are seeing this, and we'll be back, and no technical glitches tomorrow morning. None, I promise. Have a good night. Get some rest. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Say a prayer for world peace, please. And we'll see you in the morning. Have a good night.